Good afternoon, South Africa. Welcome to Afternoon Express. We're live on SABC 3. Thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Anna-Mart van Der Merwe. I haven't been in the loft for a very, very long time, and boy, does it feel good to be back. It's going to be another awesome show, so make sure you are very relaxed as myself and Bonnie Mbuli are about to entertain you. And today in the loft, we've got one of South Africa's most celebrated actresses. Her name is Anna-Mart van Der Merwe, and a brand new cinema, the Koue Kos Skat, is currently in cinemas nationwide. We're going to be taking a look at that and obviously chatting about her very, very long career in the South African entertainment industry. And our topic of discussion today is revenge on social media. We want to know, have you ever taken revenge on an ex on social media? Have you ever thought about it? Have you ever wanted to do it? Well, share your stories with us. We are live. Tweet us at Afternoon Chat. Use our official hashtag Afternoon Express. We definitely want to hear from you. We're also going to be taking your calls live in the loft a little bit later, but it's not just the Queen Bee in the loft today. Bambizzle, what are we making today, babe?
Welcome, South Africa. Good afternoon. Welcome back to your favorite kitchen. Clem and I are being mindful in the kitchen today. We're making healthy food, right?
It is.
It's perfect for spring and just perfect for health in general. We're making a raw broccoli and cranberry salad.
Yeah, and like you said, the season has changed. It's kind of like fitting that we kind of change our eating habits to go along with it. And of course, it gets really hot in Africa in general. Let's be real.
It gets Africa hot.
So no one wants to be like chowing down on stews and like a curry is always awesome, but like the heavy stuff. So we're keeping it light and being mindful of what we're eating and how we're eating.
And you still have time to get that summer body going.
It's never too late.
And also, we'll be making a special dish for our guest, Anna-Mart van Der Merwe.
It's supposed to be a surprise.
Oh, okay, a surprise. Well, let's head back to the couch with our first guest.
Thank you so much, Bonnie. Talking about Anna-Mart, she's right here in studio with me, and she's been on the South African stage and screen for decades. She's had roles in some of the biggest shows in South Africa, including Laan and Amalia on SABC 2, and some of our more seasoned viewers may remember her roles back in the 90s from Konings and Die Sonkring. Currently, she's performing in an Athol Fugard production at the Baxter, and a new film, the Koue Kos is now showing at cinemas nationwide. Anna-Mart, thank you so much for coming to the loft. Lovely to finally meet you.
Yes, it's great, and you're absolutely exquisite.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I have to say that.
Thank you very much. Now, Anna-Mart, let's talk about your theatre work. Let's start there.
Yes.
So excited. You're in an Athol Fugard production in the Baxter. Before we talk about how it was working with him, a true legend, tell me about this piece and why it's so important for people all across the country to go see it.
You know, well, firstly, 2 words, Athol Fugard, which I always say in terms of South African theatre landscape and cultural landscape, he has such an important South African voice that we all should go and listen to. And this play specifically, for me, where he, in his very gentle way, makes South Africans sit down and talk to each other. And it's interesting, we have at the Fugard Theatre a gentleman that works behind the bar there. He's from the Congo. And he said it was very fascinating for him to go and watch the play because he got everyone's side. He heard everyone's story, and that he really appreciated. And he said, you know, South Africans must go and listen to themselves, you know.
That's
so,
incredible.
yeah, I really, for me, I'm very blessed to be in this play.
So let's talk about Athol Fugard. I mean, a legend. How has working with him changed your life? How has it impacted your career?
Well, all I can say is I can die peacefully. No, truly, in all seriousness, he is an incredible, warm human being. And I think what he did for me is he reminded me again how humble we must be when we work in theatre and live performances, because it's such a special thing doing live theatre, because you go into a contract with that audience in the same room. And you know, both of you, in a way, audience, they're holding us, and we, in a way, also responsible to hold them and hold their hearts. And we, you know, you're trading in emotions, and you're trading in stories here. And it's, for me, it reminds me again of the olden days, sitting around a fire and telling stories. And Athol Fugard, for me, brought, in this production, that kind of the basics of what is it that theatre is about. He stripped it down and just gave it in its pure sense for me, that experience again.
Now, talking about the olden days, you mentioned,
Yeah.
let's go back into your early work. And South
Yeah.
Africans were really introduced to you, the actress, and your, diversity when you were in Die Sonkring.
Yeah.
How did being part of that series change your life? I mean, that's where I think you created your name and created a name for yourself in the industry.
Yes, no, I have to say to you, I mean, I was trained in theatre. Theatre is my home. So go up, you start freelancing in Johannesburg and work there. And we didn't have soapies those days and television series, yes, maybe. Sonkring was the first series I did on television. And that was still just Thursday nights, 1 hour long, not every day like with a soap. But that definitely brought a kind of an awareness that wasn't before. And I have to be grateful to Jan Scholes, who cast me in the part. And my character was supposed to be a long-distance athlete. He gave me one look and decided, oh, yeah, no, she can't be that. So we made her a discus player. But I got the part, and, I learned so much, and it was a great blessing.
I want to jog the memories of our viewers right now and play you a little clip from Die Sonkring. So take a look at this. You're going to love it.
Nee, dis nou my beste pelle.
Laat my net een keer die heininge van jou oë breek. Dat ek kan weet of dit vir my is.
Wie jy weet jy's myne kweek.
That is the most dramatic stare down in the history of television, right? How was that? Do you remember that time?
And the male actor is Philip Moorman, and we were married at that stage.
Yeah.
And we're divorced now, but it was. Everyone said, oh, it must be so easy for you guys to do these romantic scenes and kissing scenes. I said, no, it's uncomfortable because it's so weird. That's your husband. I mean, this kind of stuff you do at home, not in front of
Yeah.
But
Anna-Mart, you play really kind of solid, grounded, powerful, strong women. Do you resonate with any of, the characters that you've played?
There are always facets of yourself, of course, that you can use in any character. And I think it's our South African way of telling stories. We do the fun, light things, but I think us South Africans in general, our feet, we're on the earth, and we're very earthy as a nation, I think. So, yeah, that kind of thing has always come across my way, those kind of parts, and I enjoy it because it's normally textured, and you could put your teeth into a character like that.
And also your career is just so well documented. I mean, you've been on over 20 magazine covers. How do you stay relevant? How do you stay current? How do you make sure that you're with the in the now? And, you're on the pulse of everything that's happening.
Well, basically, I'm in this industry because of the work I do, which is I'm an actor. And for me, I am not a trendsetter or a social person necessarily. My into this industry is being an actor. Yeah. And if I can serve the industry, and if I can, keep growing through my work as an actor, that's my focus point. So if you ask me that, I would say to try and challenge myself to keep doing work that actually scares me at times, and to work with different people, that you keep honing your talent and you keep sort of sharpening those tools in your little kist.
I got you.
Yes, yeah.
And what's lovely is that you've seen the entertainment industry sort of evolving back then and where it is now. What are your views on where it is now, and what do you wish to see happening in the next couple of years?
Well, you know what? You're absolutely right. I always feel in Afrikaans you say I could experience the gatkant of an older era, with the theatre companies and everything, and then the television came, and then soap came, and whereas our bread and butter was theatre, and then television was a lekkerte, now it's television is where you go, and theatre has become a little special thing that you hopefully will do every now and again. But I can tell you, having worked with the younger generation as well, because you need to challenge yourself as an older generation. There are exciting people out there in the film and theatre industry in South Africa, and these kids have such confidence. We were still brought up, children must be seen, not heard, that kind of thing. And I find young people that are confident, that can express themselves, and I have great great trust, and I know this industry in South Africa will just keep going. And I have a sense also, these kids, they're global citizens now.
Absolutely.
So they're going to tap our South African industry is now going to go out into the world because this is how they live and how they think.
Absolutely.
So they're going to open it up for us.
Absolutely, and vice versa.
Yeah.
You know, and it just grows and grows and grows. But a little bit later on, we're going to be chatting about your new film. Very, very excited about that. You're still going to be in the loft, so make sure you don't go anywhere. But right now, let's cross on over to Bonnie.
Yeah, in the loft today, we're talking about revenge. We ask you the question, have you ever wanted to take revenge on an ex? And have you? Tweet us at Afternoon Tat using our hashtag Afternoon Express or comment on our Facebook page. When we return, we get started on that broccoli and cranberry salad. Don't go away.
Express yourself. Express yourself.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express, live on SABC 3. We're about to get started on our raw salad, right?
You kind of caught me chewing on some broccoli in there.
Caught you at the right time. I like that you've shredded this. I mean, because broccoli can get quite chewy in the mouth. And
Exactly.
big.
And the thing is, broccoli and cauliflower are both amazing eaten raw. People just don't know how to actually prepare it.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to show you is...
Especially if you're giving it to your kids raw.
And you know what the funny thing is? Kids love raw broccoli and cauliflower.
Because it's chewy, crunchy.
And also, it's the funny textures in their mouth that they absolutely love.
Yeah.
But it's this whole psychology that kids just don't like vegetables. If you introduce it to them...
It's not just a psychology, it's real.
But I think there's like certain ways to introduce it to kids.
Like you hide it.
Like you hide it. But also, there's certain, like, I'm using some nuts in here today.
Nice.
And then we're just playing on, I'm using some of the sultanas as well. They love
Some
sweet things.
sweetness, yeah.
You know? And
Yeah.
just playing on those things, I'm sure you'll get them to love.
Okay,
Yeah?
I'll try it.
Okay, cool. So what you do is you take your raw broccoli and I'm going to use this one over here.
Mm-hmm.
And all I do is I just cut a thin ribbon like that. Oh, that's not even thin. We're going to play around. You see? Quite that thick?
Yeah.
And then I'll start cutting little juliennes out of it. So I'm playing, like, going real fast. But at home, take your time and shred it up. You even get machines that can do it for you.
Yeah, you do, huh?
Yeah.
You look pretty.
One of them right now.
You're a machine.
So I love it. I mean, it becomes so sweet and crunchy. It's absolutely crazy. It's almost a sin to cook broccoli after you have it like this. So what I'm going to do is...
And I see it's gone quite moist as well. Like
it
releases
is. It's got
all that
so
water.
much natural moisture in there that you don't need to add anything else to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the dressing for it next. So
Okay, perfect.
that's going to go in there, and I've got some plain yogurt, so you can play around. If you're watching the calories, you could totally use a fat-free. We're just using a normal one right now.
Okay.
And then I'm going to pop this to the side. I love using lemon juice in dressings. Besides the fact that it kind of seasons the dressings, it elevates the flavor of all the other ingredients that you're busy cooking with. So put that there.
All right.
And if I can ask you, we've got some mustard.
Absolutely.
Can you just use your white spatula and just like get that in there?
Okay.
And again, the mustard kind of has a bit of heat in there. But that's amazing.
Just a bit of tartness.
It is. So like I said, this whole theme is about being mindful about how we eat. So this is a great way.
Do you want me to mix that up?
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it. You also got a whisk, if that'll be easier for you. So try to incorporate a bit of like some healthy dishes into your daily menu.
Yeah.
Don't go crazy. A lot of people tend to they go the whole 9 yards. And then after 2 weeks, they just stop.
Then they stop.
Because they're so tired of it.
Yeah, it's got to be sustainable.
And it's a great way.
Make it manageable.
Exactly. So you take steps, incorporate it slowly and surely into your daily routine.
Yeah.
Like with the salad. So sprinkle in some chives in there.
And salads are quick and easy, and you just go to bed feeling light. I love having them for
So
supper.
true. And then your raw broccoli goes in.
Should I stir?
Keep on going.
Stir it all in?
And then some of your sultanas go in. That's with that delicious sweetness. And then I've got some fresh parsley. I'm going to chop that up in there.
Smells amazing.
It really, really does. And it looks so appetizing as well. And that's very important because a lot of times when you think about eating healthy or mindful, you lose, things start not looking that amazing.
Absolutely.
And that's off putting it ready. So what I've got to do now, let's stop. So you can stand that side.
Cool.
I've got this amazing julienne carrot that you get now from Woolworths.
From Woolies, yeah.
Again, we're talking about how to get kids to eat. I mean, if I was a kid...
This is fun. It looks like
I would start at the
spaghetti.
one end and end at the other. So that goes in there as well.
That's
All
a
of
great
it.
idea. Actually, give them that with meatballs instead of pasta.
That would be absolutely amazing. And you could blanch that if you want. In fact, this whole entire salad, if you're worried about too much
Too much
rawness in there.
rawness.
Why don't you just blanch it? Pop it in a hot pot with some salted water for about a minute.
That's a great idea.
And then some ice.
That's why I love you, Clem.
So I've got some hazelnuts, and I'm going to be really I'm adding them whole with the skins on. You can
Okay.
totally chop that up if you want and toast them slightly.
Oh yeah, that'll bring
Yeah.
out quite a nice flavor.
But seeing as you're playing on raw, these are raw hazelnuts.
Okay.
So this is as simple as it is to put together a really delicious, mindful eating recipe. So it's real simple, real easy, but the biggest thing is focus on your textures and your key flavors. The broccoli's got some natural flavor in there as well. We've obviously got that lemon and we've got that mustard in there as well.
Wow.
Would you eat this?
I would definitely eat this.
You think we can get your boys to eat this?
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
It's lots of fun. Okay, so anything else is going in there?
I'm just gonna season it lightly. And then I'm gonna plate this up in a massive platter. I mean, look at the size of this guy.
Yeah, that's
I'm
beautiful.
gonna pop it in there, and I think that's important, like the way you present food. So a little bit of seasoning. I'm gonna plate it up in the center, and then add a few extra wedges of lemon on the side.
Okay.
And that's just for you to squeeze over extra lemon if you want.
Okay, perfect.
Whoa, that looks so good.
Yeah, that's the best way to serve it because then everything can come out.
There we go. And if you wanted to up the protein, you can totally just add some roast chicken to it. But the fact that it's raw is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it looks super healthy. Thank you, Clem. And the keyword for this recipe is raw. So SMS the keyword to 33650 and you'll get a link with the recipe and the full grocery list. And of course, if you
So SMS.
if you missed it, you can get a quick recap. I want you to tell me about the recap. Take a look. That was your quick recap. And again, if you want the full recipe and the shopping list, SMS the word raw to 33650. SMSs cost R1.50. No free SMSs apply.
Express yourself.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, today we chatted to Anna-Mart van Der Merwe about her brand new film, Koue Kos, Skat, which centers around a woman who takes revenge on her husband who leaves her for her best friend. So today we're joined by psychometrist Dawn Ellingson to chat about the topic that I think we've all been faced with or tempted by at some point in our lives, revenge. Welcome to the loft, Dawn.
Thank you. Thank you.
Dawn, why is the thought of revenge such a sweet feeling for most human beings? And is it bad to feel that way?
Okay. I think the first thing, I think it's natural. I think that we all think about getting back at someone. It's part of who we are. It's almost like a natural thing to want to do. And the part of the brain that's activated is the part of the brain that's it's the reward system of the brain. So that's why when we say revenge is sweet, it actually is. The problem is fantasy and reality are sometimes very different.
Yeah. I mean, is it okay to want justice? And is there a difference between justice and revenge?
Okay. If you justice and revenge, well, it depends. Basically, if you look at what revenge means, it's basically getting someone back for something they've done to you.
Right.
Justice is slightly different in that there tends to be other people involved, and it takes its course. And I think the other thing about revenge is very often when people exact revenge, it's done from a place of anger and passion and not thinking through what you do properly.
Yeah. And often people feel really bad and they regret it after they've taken revenge. Why is that?
Well, that's the thing. Fantasy and reality are two very different things. So in our fantasies, revenge can be perfect. Everything works perfectly. The person feels what they've done wrong. They feel regret. But in reality, they very often knock-on effects. Other people are involved, and sometimes we pull ourselves down with the person.
Yeah. And are there ways that we can just channel those negative emotions in a constructive way that doesn't lead us to revenge?
I think it, don't act it, don't dwell on it. There's a wonderful quote that says, the best revenge is a life lived well.
Wow.
And I think that is so true.
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
Yeah, so it's to move out of that space and create a new space where
Yeah.
that person just doesn't exist.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for all your
Pleasure.
responses on social media. We asked you the question about revenge earlier on, and Bali Lada says, yeah, I have taken revenge. He dumped me and I turned to Facebook insulting him and his family and exposing all the secrets he even told me. It was very, very nasty. Bonang.
Sure. Yeah, hey? That's a bit hectic. But thank you to everybody that's communicating with us on Facebook and, of course, on Instagram. We really, 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 really love hearing from you. Keep them coming at Afternoon Chat on Twitter. I'm still trying to get used to this, Bonnie. You need to help me out here, girl. But there we go. Yeah, oh, you just read in Bali, right?
Yeah.
Let me go to Lily. Says, yes, once I wanted to take revenge, hey, but thanks to my raising friends, she was able to make me see the bigger picture and had me realizing the repercussions if I had to do that. So I ended up not doing it. All right, Wayne says, I would love to take revenge, but unfortunately, I cannot afford an Albanian hitman, and I'm too nice a person to do it myself. Well, I'm going to read more of your responses, but Bonnie, it's back to you.
And Dawn, is revenge ever justified? And would you ever advise somebody to take revenge in any shape or form?
I don't think I'd ever advise anyone to take revenge. You know, if a wrong has been done, there are legal routes that will exact justice. But to go into it yourself, I think is really, really wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's a personal feeling. But really, if you listen to people that have done it, as I said, very often it's the repercussions that you are not thinking about.
Yeah.
The fallout from other people.
Yeah, and there are definitely healthy ways of dealing with the pain.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
there are.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much. We're going
Pleasure.
to take a short break, and when we return, we're back in the kitchen making Anna-Mart van Der Merwe a very special dish.
Express yourself. Express yourself.
Welcome back. You're still watching Afternoon Express. We're live right here on SABC 3. And our theme today is revenge, celebrating Anna-Mart's brand new film. Revenge is a dish best served cold. And I understand the dish we're about to make is one of your favorites, a Caesar salad, nice and simple.
Yes, no, absolutely simple. And I just thought it's, you know, September, spring, and cold, you know,
Yeah.
the theme of the cold food
A
kind of
Caesar
thing.
salad is always perfect.
And as we are sort of in the revenge thing, isn't there that thing, et tu Brutus, you know, Caesar salad? Okay, little joke.
Yeah.
No, we got it.
Okay.
I see what
But
you
now,
did there.
normally what I do, it's very, and it's just a rich, lovely, light thing, lunch with the girls, or men as well, if you want. And so you have your lettuce, and what I'm going to start off with is the chicken. If you will please help me, there's a pan apparently heating up very nicely.
There is a pan apparently
and
heating.
a few pieces of chicken I'm going to throw
Can I
in the
use
pan.
a
Absolutely.
spatula?
And then I'm going to use my fingers like that, and we're on a side here. So you just a few pieces of chicken, a few pieces of bacon, and you just let that simmer away and cook up lovely,
It's actually
glorious.
lovely to fry together because then they just flavour each other.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So that is great. And then you leave that to just cook away. But now, of course, as we do this magic with cooking on television, I already have some lovely chicken ready and some bacon.
Yeah.
So what we will do
So I
is
can
we'll...
leave this.
Yeah, you
my
can
God is
leave
done.
this. Yeah.
Okay.
Just don't damage yourself there or get hurt. What we're going to do first, assemble. So maybe a few of these
Salad
beautiful green leaves, and they're just exquisite. And you know, I don't even rip them up if they're this beautiful. Fresh,
They're
fresh,
really pretty,
fresh.
yeah.
There we go. We'll put a few of those right in there. It's all good for us. And then I think we can go with the chicken.
Do you want me to start assembling your
You know,
sauce on
that
the
might
side?
be. We can use some olive oil, some egg. There's some, you know, garlic, and there's some chopped anchovies or sardines. I think it's sardines
I'll
I put
help you
in
this
here.
side.
And then you can disassemble that side. I will help you. Are
Bea,
we
can you
winning
please pass
here?
me that
I think
spatula?
I'm just going to now, for now, take it off. So that's simmer away. Well, banting.
I'm gonna need that
banting
spatula.
as well.
Oh, sorry, my sweetheart.
Ooh, yes.
I'm
Okay,
just
that's
throwing away
lovely.
them.
So we can put the eggs in because we're gonna zhuzh this thing with that.
gonna zhuzh.
Yes. It's no. You want the girls together. You want to do it quickly.
you're
you don't
putting
want to
your
break
egg
up
in
into
here?
it. So, yes, yeah, and you're gonna
Is this
And we're
the
gonna
zhuzhing
put some
machine?
Red wine vinegar going
Is
in.
this
That's
the
zhuzh.
zhuzh machine?
Makes our lives easier.
I don't know how it works.
Oh, you wanted me to mash this egg? Do you want me to mash this egg?
No, we're gonna do danger pie. This is like a James Bond movie. I love
This is
I know. So we can put this
Double OB.
over here with our very dangerous object. That
I'm not going to do
weapon.
this.
Are you not doing
Oh,
that?
I'm wearing
you
a
can-
watch.
True. But if you will hold it, please just hold it a little bit. But I just
put these
want
in there.
Yeah, we're gonna
All right.
put our little wonderful chopped up sardines in. Yeah, that's lovely. Just for that sort of more salty fish. Oh, you right? Okay. Oh yeah. No, don't. Let me do it. Are you sure you're fine?
No, I'm not.
That dress is too beautiful for it. So you just have to be quite bold. And Anna, you see? Yeah, prevention is better than cure. I hope everyone can hear us. It's very
Smells
divine. Yeah. Now, all this lovely mixture. And we are in the end, after we've got this dressing done, I've got one done there. Wish. I'm just going to work it through. It's actually really nice. A nice upper body workout. There we go. I think that's about
Perfect.
the trick.
I'll take that
Thanks.
for you.
Just careful there you don't trip. We're going to drizzle
looks like
a
a
little
nice
bit
wing.
of this over. You know, I like to just sort of go.
Are you
like
quite
that.
handy in the kitchen, Anna-Mart?
I love being in the kitchen, yeah.
Yeah.
And I must say, I won't say that I'm an expert, but my husband and I, we love having people, and then we
And
love
you cook
cooking
together.
We love
That's
that.
so nice.
He's good with meat, and I do the other goedjies around, you see, so that's lovely.
And what are your
I'm
thoughts on
gonna-
revenge?
Yeah, I was about to ask you that.
All I can say, it's actually not worth it, but if you are going to do it, you've got to be
Got to do it well.
Yeah.
Do it well.
Now, I'm
You've
not-
got to do it well, that it never comes back to haunt you.
Right.
Now, seeing as you already love cooking, and
Yeah.
Clara, the character
Yeah.
that you play is, I mean, centers
Yeah.
around food as well. Was it easier, obviously,
Yeah.
to play the character?
Well, yes, I think the food element for me, we're talking, it made it, I have to say, very real, very tangible. And like we discussed earlier, for me, the character is very, it's body. Her senses are awake. This is how she experiences life.
Passionate woman.
The palate. She has a palate for life, and through food, it comes to her as well. And this is the way she expresses. And Clara Brown specifically, that I don't, but the way that she loves her children, she cooks. By cooking a meal is to love them through
you.
that.
I got
To
you.
bake that beautiful cake for that friend that's going through a troubled time, to go and say thank you with food. And the thing is, you are what you eat. And I believe that if you make food and you have people around your table, you're feeding their bodies.
Yeah. And it's
Yeah.
also quite
Yeah.
therapeutic for
Absolutely.
yourself as well.
Absolutely. And-
But while we do that, let me go to the social media at @KingDon_DJ. Thank you very much for watching. Says that afternoon chat, it would be childish to take revenge on your ex. What's the point? And what will you achieve? Let go and move on. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people have been saying that on social media. You agree?
Yeah, most people are like, no, not a good idea. Yeah,
Just
I
let
think
it
our
do.
viewers are quite mature.
Yeah, I know, because in the end of the day, it's a bad energy, and it actually it backlashes on you. It's funny. I think we do it because it's part of us. Oh, it's nice hot in the kitchen. Over 50 menopause, hot flush.
Yeah,
Anyways, but the thing is that it will have a backlash, and I don't think at the end of the day it's worth
Yeah.
it. And but it kicks into that saboteur we all have in ourselves.
Right.
We can, and why do that?
Yeah.
Why, get involved in more pain than what is necessary. And this is what I enjoyed about the film, because I think the way that Marita van der Merwe made the character take revenge, it's quite a quirky and more kind of life-affirming
I'm dying
way
to see it
yeah,
now.
that she did it.
Yeah.
Because Marita is a bit of a rebel, and I love it when she writes for women. She is what Etienne also earlier said, you're not the squeaky clean...
Yeah, she writes real women.
Real women.
Yeah.
And what I appreciated working on this film, they decided not to go for American glamour or whatever. We look like real
absolutely.
people.
Love it.
And I like the realness of that, so that we can relate as women.
Absolutely. It's amazing. All right, we're going to put some finishing touches on the salad. Do remember to
thank
keep
you,
all...
my assistants.
Only a
And
pleasure.
my life can have such beautiful assistants in the kitchen.
what we do.
We must start a cooking show.
Thank you so much for all your comments on social media. When we return, we'll read more of them.
There we go.
Express yourself. Express yourself.
Welcome back to your Revenge special on Afternoon Express. If you've just joined us today, we take a look at a new local comedy drama called Koue Kos, Skat. Here's another look in case you missed it.
Ek kan net nie daaroor kom dat ek die laaste een was om uit te vind nie. En almal het geweet. Alwe dom, blinde, arme klaarheidjie.
Beteken net sy is single.
Is jy dan nou gelukkig, Bernard? Was dit die moeite werd?
Maar hy alles besig om te doen die regte ding. En ek is trots op jou.
Dit voel vir die eerste keer in jare asof ek in beheer is van my eie lewe.
Ek gaan iemand kry om hierdie binnenmure van ons af te breek, oop plan kombuis te bou. Welkom, laat ons begin. Maar hier ook absoluut dun en reg, maar dit lyk goed.
Is nou roer ons kloks gewees of anti-kloks gewees?
Weet jy wat jy nog nodig het?
Op love at first sight.
Nuwejaarsvoornemens. Of vir meer. Eet gesonder.
Ek is Arie die eienaar.
Hierdie is my skoon, vriendelike en koelopende vriendin.
Dan ons date.
Sy is nie meer vir my 'n bedreiging nie. Ek wens haar regtig alle geluk toe.
Ek en Annie is die vakansieverlof geraak.
Ek wil hom in eie munt terugbetaal. Gee hom genoeg tou om homself te hang.
Hulle sê mos wraak is 'n dis wat op sy beste smaak as dit koud geëet word. En hierdie is besonder smaaklik. Dis Koue Kos, Skat.
Definitely looks like a film not to be missed. You know, one thing that stood out for me, Dawn, earlier is when you said that the best revenge is to live your life well. Any revenge stories that you personally have?
Great question.
Yeah, that is actually beautiful. Is to regroup yourself, gather yourself together and live your own life and go ahead and beyond, because you're not the sum total of the traumas in your life. You're bigger than that. You just have to keep going. But I do remember a quick story. My brother, I was very little and my brother bullied me a bit. He threw darts into my legs because he had to practice. And then my revenge was I went in all these little cars. You know those little dink. I scratched the paint off each and every one. Did he lose his mind? I loved it.
No way. And did he lose his mind?
Yes, he was very
I have a bit of a revenge story. When we were younger, we took revenge on a best friend of mine's boyfriend who had cheated on her, and we all got in a car and we went to spray paint his wall. It was sweet. It was so much fun, and it was dark.
But I think the element of surprise is the most important.
Yes, absolutely.
They shouldn't see it coming. I'm going to get revenge on. It still hasn't happened. It's going to happen. I'm not going to say when, but it's going to happen.
But nevertheless, I'll never do it again. I'm done with that.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, you need to do it once in your life to tell a good story. I have too many. We'd be here all afternoon.
To be honest, I agree with you. Sometimes the best revenge is just to be extremely successful, walking away from things. Kill them with kindness as well.
Best revenge is your paper.
I don't think I ever had any revengeful stories.
Because you've been successful.
Getting that one. Yes, Clem. All right, let's go to the social medias. Ile Tumapasta says, moving on is hard if you're on some petty revenge plot. The relationship didn't work out, so move on.
Yeah, sometimes easier said than done.
Yeah.
At Nessa T _94 says, revenge is not worth it. I just hold a grudge. Okay.
All right, that's another way of looking at it. Okay.
Yeah, that's painful.
Well, with that said, you know, Etienne, my last question to you, why should everybody go out and see this brand new film?
Well, I'm biased because we worked really hard on it, but I think it's a fun ride, and I think we get to see especially some actors that we know very well in new and fresh ways. You know, I think especially Frank Opperman, for example. You know, he gets to do some fun stuff, and Anna-Mart. You know, and it was such a pleasure to get to sort of do that and explore some new stuff. So I think it's not cookie cutter. And I just really hope people go and watch it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, we have some cold served revenge here.
Yeah, Clem, you are more than welcome to start dishing out for our guests, please, darling. It looks absolutely... Anna-Mart made it. Maybe you should ask her.
Maybe she has a grudge. This is every day. Okay.
Well, there you go.
Anna-Mart, anything we can look forward to in the rest of the year that you're getting up to?
Well, I'm now busy till the end of September at the Fugard Theatre with The Painted Rocks at Revolver Creek, Athol Fugard's new play, and it's just been such a wonderful joy to be part of that and to be challenged by it. So I'm very happy. I'm happy being with the Fugard family.
And yourself, Etienne, any other films coming up? Anything in development?
Yeah, I'm shooting a new film, Liewe Cashby's Vader. I start shooting on the 24th of October. So
I
that's
heard
scary.
Christmas, so it's got something to do with...
But it's sort of an anti-Christmas thing. It's not like a corny family thing. It's sort of a dark comedy about how crappy Christmas is going to be.
Yay, that's going to be cool.
So yeah, I'm excited about that.
You know what I want to ask you, Etienne? It's something that I asked Anna-Mart earlier on. I mean, she's seen the evolution of the entertainment industry, particularly in film. Yeah. How do you feel about it at the moment? Where do you want to see it in the future?
I think we're in a really good place now because we're starting to try different things, and I think that's the direction we need to keep going in. I think we need to start experimenting with genres a little bit. We don't need to watch a film that we've seen several hundred times over just with American accents. I think we have enough beautiful stories in South Africa with our people, our stories, and we should tell those stories. And I think that's, if we can do that, and we are doing that, and we're trying very hard to do that, and I think it's going to be incredible once we just hit that sweet spot, and then no one's going to be able to stop us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, there we go.
Well,
Thank you
let's
so
start
much.
dishing up.
Let's dish up, and while they dish up, remember that tomorrow on the show, we're all about inspiring your inner entrepreneur. We're chatting to an expert who's got 20 years of experience in entrepreneurship, and she's got plenty of knowledge to share. That's going to be a good one, so make sure you're back again tomorrow, SABC 3, right here at 5 p.m. It's been an absolute pleasure entertaining you. Etienne and Anna-Mart, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, Dawn.
So fun. Dawn, I love your hair color. Thank you so much for coming. And Claire, thanks for feeding us.
It's a pleasure.
Happy eating.
Thanks to you for watching. Back again tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening and happy eating. Ciao for now.
Tomorrow on Afternoon Express, business expert Yogaveli Nambia joins us in the loft to chat entrepreneurship, and the ladies talk about relationships with clinical psychologist Stefan Blom.
Another feel-good production.